Right, so now let's execute same test case in Firefox driver. Okay, so again back to our basics. Create driver object this time for Firefox browser, not Chrome, because we were changing our execution, right? Or let me go and do it in another test case. I don't want to mess this test. Okay, but I will copy the same code, the 3 lines of code or same content. My purpose here is to show that without modifying the code much, we will simply run this test in any browser. Okay, write the code once and execute in any browser by just changing the step number 18, whatever, maybe step whatever you define here. Only this step varies. Hereafter, everything is common. Once you create a driver object, whatever browser you are executing, you can simply copy paste. You need not change anything, because this step, first step, whatever you are writing here defines which browser you are executing. So there you need to make little change to turn it into Firefox browser. That's all. Okay, now in our test case 2, so we need to create driver object now for Firefox browser, right? Driver object is nothing but this. Now you understand the importance of this. This will drive your entire automation. So first you need to create this object and then you can continue your automation. So we have seen for Chrome we have a Chrome driver class. So for Firefox also you should have one class. Let me go back to Selenium download and come to Javadoc, WebDriver. Yeah, this is the class Firefox driver. So you need to simply create object for this class and give a name as a driver, or you can give any name, driver or whatever. So just instead of Chrome driver, just replace it with Firefox driver. That's all. That's all you need to do. Just change the name of your class. Here it is a Chrome, so we just put Chrome, and when we are dealing with Firefox, just replace that with a Firefox. So that's why this step stands as a template for each and every Selenium test case. If you remember this template, you can simply change this class name based upon the browser you are automating. And tomorrow, if you want to automate your test in Internet Explorer, and just take this Internet Explorer driver and replace it here. That's all. Now when you run this test, same test with the same functionality will trigger in Internet Explorer. Okay, so now here I am interested now in executing the same test in Firefox driver. So I'll just put this. That's all. Now you run this test and same methods should be executing and same result you should get like how you got in the Chrome. Okay, I'll move my cursor because there is some error here. So when I move my cursor, we need to import this package Firefox driver. Okay, first you need to do that, selenium.firefox. So that package will be imported and error is gone. So one last step left before we execute Firefox and invoke the browser, which is setting up the system property. So we have done same thing for Chrome, right? We have set the property by downloading that .exe file which is provided by the Chrome team. Similarly, for Firefox as well, we have to download one .exe file which is provided by the Firefox team. So the file which we need to download here is Gecko driver. Okay, so this is the file given by the Firefox guys. So we will use this file to invoke the Firefox browser using Selenium. So I will go now and get this file from the Selenium official website, just like how I got Chrome driver earlier. Alright, so let me go to my browser and go to the third-party browser section, which is this. So in the last lecture we have downloaded Chrome driver, and in this lecture we are interested in Firefox, right? So this is the version. So select this and you will be navigated to their official page from where you can download. So if you are having 32-bit Windows, you can download this. If your Windows is 64, you can download this zip file, and if you are in Mac machine, this is the file. Okay, so once you download, this will be again in zip format in your machine. just like how you got a Chrome driver earlier. So let me open my file here, and so you will get something like this, Gecko driver. Yeah. So you need to unzip this and extract it into a normal folder. Once you extract it, you can go here and pull this .exe file and place it in either documents or desktop. So I have placed that gecko driver.exe file in my work directory, and that is somewhere here. Let me check. Yeah, here it is, gecko driver. So I'll go back to my test, and just like how I have done in the previous lecture, I should set the system property, right? So if I go back to the Excel document, I told you that for Chrome, this is the key value set by Selenium team. And for Mozilla Firefox, in this Firefox driver class, this is the key value which is being declared. Now in this key value, I have to pass the location of gecko driver.exe file. So which is nothing but this one. So it's again in work directory, right? In my machine, maybe in your machine, it could be a different place. Okay, like this, we will set the driver path into this gecko driver key. So this key applicable only for Firefox. If you are dealing with Chrome, you have to use this as your key. Okay, so I would just simply say system dot, one sec, my Eclipse got hang. Yeah, system dot set property, and what is this, WebDriver dot gecko driver. Place it in double quotes and then pass the path of your gecko driver.exe. Okay, I am actually executing this gecko driver first, which will invoke Mozilla Firefox, and thereafter I am continuing with my execution. Alright, so I'll run this test and see what happens. I'll right click, run as Java application, click on OK, and that should launch Mozilla Firefox browser. There are some logs which are generated here. Do not worry, this is just a log message but not an error message. You see that Firefox got invoked and it's pointing to google.com. You see that it successfully navigated to the Google homepage. So it's done. Okay, go back to Eclipse and you see Google is printed in the output because we were asking to print get title. So without changing any code, by just simply changing the class name, for a Chrome it's a Chrome driver, for Firefox it's Firefox driver, and these two are the change when you want to run this in another browser. So that's why people generally says that step 1 in Selenium is little tricky, but thereafter everything is a cakewalk. And now that step 1 is completed, the tricky part is completed, and now you know how to switch browsers between Firefox and Chrome. And now everything is a cakewalk. You will learn very easily on just flying colors, trust me. And I'll show how easy Selenium is. Okay, so this is how you can execute in Firefox. Okay, so I can quickly show you how it works in Internet Explorer. Okay, I will copy this step and paste it. I'm creating one more test case number 3 so that you will having clear idea on how to run tests in multiple browsers. It's very simple. In Internet Explorer, these guys have given us, okay, let me go. Where is the docs? I know what is that exactly, but just for showing, I'm still going to that particular path, and it's just Internet Explorer driver. It's very easy. Go to your web driver. I can type directly there, but I want you to come here and explore. You see, this is the class. Okay, so just replace it. So even Internet Explorer is a third party, right? So for that case, go back to your Selenium downloads, come down, and you see you have a Microsoft Edge driver, which stands for IE driver. Okay, you can simply download this and use it. Let me click on this, and that will give you Microsoft Web Driver, and you can download the version Yeah, download the latest one, release 16299. So once you download this, you will see something like this, Microsoft WebDriver.exe file. Good, this time it gives us direct file. There is no zip format like how we have seen for Gecko driver. Okay, so I have carefully placed this .exe file in my work directory, just like how I placed for Chrome and Gecko. And this is my file, Microsoft WebDriver. And simple. And now in Internet Explorer, for Firefox, it is Gecko. Okay, both are same. WebDriver.driver is a common. Middle one will change. For Firefox, it is Gecko. For Chrome, it is Chrome, which is optional in latest versions. For IE, it's IE. That's it. And now instead of Gecko driver, you have to give this driver name, Microsoft WebDriver.exe, right? Take the path. It's in C directory, work directory /.exe. So C work Microsoft WebDriver. Make sure you give the correct path. If you don't give the correct path, you will see an errors for sure. Okay, now you move your cursor on this because you need to import Internet Explorer driver. That's it. And now you run this test, same google.com will hit now in IE browser, because this step will invoke IE and thereafter it hits this URL and prints you the title called Google. Run as, there is some error. Okay, Java application, click on OK and you see IE will be little fast, I guess. You see that IE is opened and it hits google.com. How quick it is, within a seconds. Within single second, it invoked the browser and hit a Google. So like this, you can work on same script by just changing first two steps of code. Okay, so this is how you can execute in IE and Firefox and Chrome. So in the next lecture, I'm going to talk about some troubleshooting tips, because you might see some errors when you run this for first time. And I know what are the common errors people face when they try to run this code. I mean, step one, like executing the browser. So there are some errors. I'm going to show you what are those errors and what do you need to take care to solve those errors. Okay, we'll tell you in the next lecture. Thank you.